Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego with my beautiful wife Karina from Venezuela. And Karina passed her K-1 visa interview at the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia, November 16th, 2023. And she got her green card approved on June 25th, 2024. And we're waiting for it to come in the mail. It's in process, in production. According to the status, it says it's in production, which means the top secret spies at the USCIS top secret headquarters in Corbin, Kentucky, are putting together Karina's green card. And then they'll put it in the USPS tracking, and we should get it, hopefully sooner rather than later. Now, we want you guys to start planning for your 10-year green card. Karina's going to get her 2-year green card very soon. But we've already started collecting evidence for the 10-year green card, okay? Because in 2 years from now, minus 3 months, because you look at the expiration date on the 2-year green card and you subtract 3 months, that's when you submit for the 10-year green card. My recommendation is you go to Office Depot when you get your 2-year green card, buy a folder and document protectors, and start collecting the evidence like you did for your green card application, but start collecting it for your 10-year green card. So that way, you won't be scrambling and busting your tail trying to get all these documents together 3 months before your 2-year green card expires. Bud Garcia, hello, Mr. and Mrs. Ross from Washington State. Bud, we hope you're doing fine. We hope you're relaxed, and everything's going well. We hope you're doing well. We hope your family is well, and that we also hope your prometida in Thailand is doing great also. Nikita Ajani, hi Diego. What additional documents will we need to add for the 10-year green card? Well, let's see. Let's go over the 10-year green card because you need to start planning for it. Like if you have your 2-year green card or it's on the way, or you need to start planning for it, you're going to need certified copies of divorce decrees. You're going to need a certified copy of your marriage certificate. You're going to need a blown up copy of both of your driver's licenses, okay? Because by then you both are going to be driving and living in the same house with the same address on your driver's license, right? You're going to need 3 years worth of tax returns. 2 years worth of tax returns at a minimum must show joint application for taxes. Your joint, you applied together for your taxes. You need to have your beneficiary, Karina's name. She's on the trash bill, the water bill, the sewer bill. She's on all the bills. When the bills come in the mail and also via the internet, okay, I print the receipt. It says Karina Ross, Diego Ross on the trash bill. I print it every month, okay? The water bill, her name's on the water bill. Every month I make a copy of the water bill with her name on it and the date of the water bill. Bank statements, at least 12 months worth of bank statements at a minimum, going back 12 months, showing your income, okay? There's a lot of stuff you got to put together for a 10-year green card. Let me answer some of these questions real quick. Huh?
Babies.
Yeah, if you have a baby, if you have a children with your marriage, include the children's birth certificates, photos, lots and lots of pictures with friends and family over the next 2 years for your 10-year green card application, okay? You're going to have to, file paperwork. I can't remember how much it costs. Somebody asked me, how much will you have to pay for the 10-year green card? It's about $700 or something like that. I'll find out. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but I'll find out. But it's not as expensive as the 2-year green card. Easy E. Good afternoon, Diego and Karina. Easy E. Jay Baxter, good evening from Oklahoma. Greetings to Jay Baxter and your family in Oklahoma. Aquarius to Bud Garcia. Hi, did everything go well? Bud Garcia, what do I need for the 2-year green card? For the 2-year green card, I have made videos. Guys, on how to process the adjustment of status for the green card, for the 2-year green card. All you got to do is go into the channel, it's your YouTube channel, and you type in there adjustment of status. Go into the channel, put in a green card application, adjustment of status. I made like 3 videos on how to process the green card. Okay, I've made a video also on how to plan for the 10-year green card. Okay, but once you get your 2-year green card, you got to go run to Office Depot, buy a binder with document protectors, and start putting a binder together for your 10-year green card. You're going to put in there your I-797, where your green card was approved. Karina got a letter in the mail that says this is her approval letter for a green card. That goes into the 10-year green card application. Photos with family and friends. Your tax returns, at least 3 years worth, as joint, you're applying together for joint taxes. So your wife's name and your name will be on the tax return, and the W-2s or 1099s and tax transcripts, okay? You want to make sure you have blown up copies of your U.S. citizenship proof, your passport, your birth certificate, if you don't have a passport, if it goes out, your naturalization certificate, your beneficiary. She's going to, like Karina has a Venezuelan passport. In 2 years from now, it's still going to be valid. It's good for what, 10 years, 10 años? But her Venezuelan passport is good for 10 years. So, you make a copy of that, or you will make a copy of your beneficiary's passport. But everything that you put into your green card application, you got to start keeping for your 10-year green card application. Nikita, how much will it cost? I'll find out for you. Francois Livingston, good evening. Diego and Karina. Francois, what's going on, Francois? Now, Francois is in upstate New York. She's just waiting on the ready status now. Bud Garcia, yes, it did. My fiance passed her interview. Aquarius, yeah, Bud Garcia, Thai wife to be, soon to be, passed her green card interview. K1 visa interview at the embassy in Bangkok. Jay Baxter, our family's doing good, just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Just like we are. The only date they had open for Paris was November. Do you suggest I change the date or leave it? What do you mean change the date? Get it. If there's only one day available, take the day. I mean, it sucks that it's a long way out, but the time's going to pass quickly. Okay? But I want to give you a Mountain Dew salute for scheduling the visa interview, and I hope you did, for November 19th, or November, when is it? For November at the U.S. Embassy in Paris, France. Mountain Dew salute for that. If you have a date, you took it. There you go. That's the way to do it. Take the date, because then somebody else will do it. If you don't take it, somebody else is going to take it. Jay Baxter, our family's doing good, just waiting and waiting. Still a second and 2.5 months until her visa interview. No worries. Bud Garcia, it will come faster than you think. Yeah. I mean, Karina and I, we're past 3 years. It's a slow process, guys, but you can do it. I have confidence in you. You can do this. Aquarius, hey, Diego and Karina, I scheduled an interview for my fiance. The only date they had open in Paris was in November. Do you suggest I change it or the date or leave it? You take the date in November and you wait until November and pass your visa interview, then come to the United States. Aquarius, Bud Garcia, congratulations. Francois Livingston, congratulations. Bud Garcia, best wishes. Now, Francois lives in upstate New York. Okay? Upstate New York. It's cold up there in the wintertime. And Bud Garcia, congratulations, Aquarius, on your interview date. That's what I'm saying. Bud says, thank you, Francois. Aquarius, thanks. Wish it was earlier. Yeah. And then Aquarius said you took the date. You got to take the date when they're open. When I went online to schedule Karina's visa interview at the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia, there was only one day available, and that was November 16th. So do you know what? I took the date. And we waited and waited, but we went and took the date. You wish it was earlier. I wish it was earlier too. Faris Hassan, hello Diego. My fiance has been in the United States since March 1st. We just applied for her green card on the 25th of June. Okay, that's when Karina's green card was approved. Last week, how long will it take for her to get her green card? 4 to 5 months. assuming you didn't make any mistakes in the green card application. Remember, if you make any silly mistakes, like if you don't fill out the form I-864 properly, lots of people keep messing up the form I-864. They put the incorrect family size down. They just leave the one in there that was generated by the computer. You can't do that. When you fill out the I-864, you got to get some white out the one on page, I think it's on page 2 of the I-864, page 4, I can't remember. But when you do, make sure you put the right family size on your application for the affidavit of support. If you don't, your package is going to come back to you. So Faris Hassan, congratulations on, I'll give you a Mountain Dew salute for sending in your green card package. Good job. Excellent news. We're happy to hear that. Now you're just going to wait 4 or 5 months, assuming you put a good green card package together. Francois Livingston, on page 5 of the I-134 for the supporting evidence, I went to the bank today and requested from a bank officer a statement about when I opened the account and balancing the account. It took a minute or two. Francois, you're just a top student. You're an A+ student, right? In class. Francois, you get a Mountain Dew salute for your superior initiative. That's the way you do it, Francois. Faris Hassan, and please, if you have any tips for me, anything I need to know about when applying for a green card, anything else I should apply for, the green card and the biometrics. Now look, when you apply for your green card, you can also apply for a work permit, but it's $260. Karina got a work permit after 3 months, 2.5 months, 3 months, and then she got her green card after what, 4 months. So she had her green card of 4 weeks after her work permit, something like that. So why would we, I'm so glad we didn't have to pay for the work permit, because it's just a waste of money. You're going to get your green card quicker than, so you're going to get a work permit and use it for a month or 2, and then you're going to get the green card, and you're going to spend $260 for that. And then the other thing is advanced parole. Advanced parole. When you get to America, get married, while you're waiting for your green card, if you have an advanced parole document, you can go back to the country you started from and go visit grandma if she gets sick. Okay? But my recommendation is, do not ever go back to your home country. Well, America's your home country now, to the old country with advanced parole, because you could get stuck. When you come back to the United States, the Border Patrol officer can block you from entering the United States with an advanced parole document. Well, I paid $600+ for this. Then the Border Patrol officer is going to say, okay, not my problem. You're not coming back in. Come to America, get married, apply for the green card and the biometrics. That's it. That's it, my opinion. You do what you want. But if you listen to me, I'm saving you another what? 6, 9, almost $1,000. Faris Hassan, thank you for your help. That's why we're here. Carlos, I received my NOA 1 letter on May 13th and got my NOA 2 June 28th. When I received the second letter, I thought it was for an RFE, but it was the NOA 2 letter. Okay, I'm going to fly to Medellin at the end of the month to see my prometida. Carlos, buena noticia, gracias por la información, and me alegra. Saludos, Karina y yo, saludos para ti. Let me see. Bud Garcia, Larry's fiance, is getting ready to leave for the interview. Ooh, it's scary me, the interview. It's just tomorrow. Larry Piercy, the Marine, is buckling under the pressure. I can't handle the pressure. I'm going to break under the pressure. But tomorrow his fiance is going to pass the visa interview. I'm on the phone with him now. Okay, Bud, you say hi to Larry from Karina and I in Thailand. You run up your phone bill to Thailand, and we're hanging out here. Camille 1, hello, Diego and Karina. How are you? Just checking into the class. We're good, Camille 1. We're doing great. Bud Garcia is talking to Larry. Larry's in Thailand. Larry's fiance has her visa interview tomorrow. He's not watching the live stream. He'd be If he was smart, he'd be sitting in his hotel room watching the live stream so I can give him some pointers for the visa interview tomorrow. But no, he's probably out there chasing elephants. I don't know what he's doing. He's in Thailand, though. Julian ALO. Hello, Diego and Karina. How are you? We're good. Thank you. Still waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for my green card. On 28th of June, I went on my USCIS to check. It says you may have limited access to your account on June 30th. They're doing maintenance on the computers. Don't worry about that. There you go. Necessary updates. Relax. We appreciate your patience during this time. After the time, nothing was there anymore, but still waiting. Just relax. Julian ALO, you're good. Okay? You're good. Bud Garcia. Oh, so Larry Piercy's fiance appointment is today. Sita is Oi. So I can understand why he's busy. Jay Baxter, wishing you luck, Larry. You guys have this. Yeah, that's exactly right, Jay Baxter. And that's a Mountain Dew salute right there, because that's good positive, right? This is the positive channel, okay? This is the channel you come to get the answers to your questions for free. Now, I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't work for USCIS. I don't give any legal advice. And I got to say that. YouTube says, it's a disclaimer. Well, here's a Mountain Dew salute to YouTube. But I've got 9 years experience doing this. I can process a K-1 visa, a green card, a spousal visa, a tourist visa, and a mom visa in my sleep. I can process a visa in my sleep. And Karina's friend, who is from Guatemala, she's a U.S. citizen. She asked me to help her bring her mom to America, right? So I'm going to help Karina's friend, Karina's amiga, bring mom to the United States from Guatemala. You can't beat that, right? Isn't this a great place to be? Reunification of families. Bud Garcia, I told him the question that they asked my fiance. I told him they may not have the same answers. Well, that's good information, Bud. Help Larry as best you can. But it's his fiance that needs the questions. Andre Smith, how long is the K-1 interview? What are the chances of denial? Okay, Andre Smith, a K-1 visa interview can last from anywhere from 5 minutes to 30 minutes. Karina's K-1 visa interview was 20 minutes? Okay, 5 minutes to 20 minutes. It all depends on how backed up and how busy the embassy is, how good of a K-1 visa package you put together, and whether your prometida, your fiance, he or her understands the questions and answers to questions. If you don't know the answer to a question, then you don't answer it. And you say, I don't know the answer to that question. I'm sorry, sir or ma'am, I don't know. Okay? How do you get denied at a K-1 visa interview? How do you get denied at a K-1 visa interview? You don't make enough money and you didn't get a joint sponsor. So you didn't bring an I-134 with the joint sponsor information on it. They discovered there was, that the sponsor has a conviction of a felony that didn't get picked up on the FBI check, or it did get picked up. And then the documents went to the embassy, and the embassy officer had the unfortunate mispleasure of announcing to the beneficiary, your visa is denied because your sponsor has a felony conviction and isn't qualified for the benefit. Primarily, it's because you don't make enough money and you didn't get a joint sponsor. If you don't make enough money, it's all good. Don't worry about it, but get a joint sponsor and have the joint sponsor fill out the I-134. Get the joint sponsor to fill out the I-864, the affidavit of support. Those are the biggest things for denial, okay? Well, if you wear your engagement ring to the visa interview, and if you're in countries like Indonesia, Ghana, Singapore, those kind of countries, especially on the west coast of Africa, the immigration officer might think you got married. No, it's not. It's an engagement ring. Well, prove it. How do you prove it? How do you prove it's an engagement ring? When you buy the engagement ring, make sure you get a receipt for the engagement ring, and make sure the jeweler or the company where you buy it writes on the paperwork, this is an engagement ring. That's how you get around that. Okay? because you could get denied for that. If you submit pictures to the embassy interview, let's suppose you're like in Africa, I don't know, any country in Africa, and you get married you have an engagement party in cultural clothes. You have an engagement party with family in your cultural clothes. And you take hundreds of pictures and you put 20 of them into the embassy interview. And you go to the embassy interview with your book of pictures, and in there is like 20 pictures of your cultural engagement party. And the immigration officer is looking and goes, "Did you guys get married?" "No, it's an engagement celebration. It's an engagement." "Can you prove it?" So now you're treading on thin ice, because the consular officer may deny your K-1 visa because he thought you got married. If he sees pictures of your beneficiary wearing an engagement ring and he or she thinks it's a wedding ring, you could get your K-1 visa denied. Okay, guys, you're listening to me, right? If you have an engagement ring, I recommend you bring it. I recommend you include a picture of it in your K-1 visa application with a copy of the receipt that clearly identifies the ring as an engagement ring. Okay? Then you're good. Bud Garcia, I told him the questions that they asked my fiance. That's good. Yeah, they may not ask the same question. Andre Smith, how long is the K-1 visa interview? 5 minutes to 30 minutes. What is the chances for denial? If you're in a real relationship and you qualify for the benefit, you're 100% approval. Okay, unless you do some stupid things like I just mentioned previously in this live stream. Rayan Redwood, what if my name is not on the lease for the apartment? Why isn't it? When you get married, when you come to America and you get married, your beneficiary's name needs to be on the lease to the apartment, the deed to the house, the title to the car, the title to the RV, the title to the lease agreement with the townhouse. Wherever the heck it is you live, you got to prove cohabitation. You guys get married and you're living together. You got to prove you're living together. When I was in Colombia, Karina had a little tiny apartment. And she said to me, "There's not enough space for me and her when I go visit." So I told her, "Go find a big apartment." So she went on the hunt, and very quickly, Karina's she's a very dedicated person. She found a big apartment that I rented with Karina, and my name was on the rent receipts. Diego Ross, Karina Ross. For 2 years. I had 2 years worth of rent receipts plus my name on it and Karina's name on it for our apartment in Bogota. Those rent receipts went in the K-1 visa application and they went in the green card application. Plus, Karina's name is on the house, is on the car, is on all the bills, the water bill, the electric bill, the trash bill, whatever other bills. She got a BJ's warehouse, wholesale warehouse club card, and I got one. We took a picture of her BJ's club card and my BJ's club card. We put them side by side, and it shows her name and my name, joint members of BJ's. We got her a social security number. We put her on the bank. When the bank statements came in, her name is a joint owner. We waited a couple of months before we filed for the green card so we could get some bank statements coming in with her name on it. What if my name is not on the lease for the apartment? Put it on the lease. Put it on the lease. Put your name on it. You both have to show that you guys live together. You could have your landlord write a letter and saying, "Yeah, you guys live together." Have them write an affidavit. Let me see here. Bud Garcia, and what dog they asked for? Okay. Cozy Moth. We can't find my joint sponsor's W-2s, and we're not sure if she gets them. Well, if you file taxes, you get a W-2 or a 1099. We see forms that are called 1099-R. That's it. Those are the ones. That's exactly what it is. She is retired. Do we need W-2s for sure? No. If she's retired, getting Social Security or whatever else, she's going to get 1099s. Okay? 1044s. I'm not a CPA, guys. I'm not giving you any financial advice here, but I'm giving you help with this application, Cozy Moth. The 1099R is what you want, okay? Those are the W-2s for a retired person, or, you know, so that's why it says R, okay? Cozy Moth, oh my gosh, thank you. That clears up so much. That's a Mountain Dew salute to Cozy Moth. I just saved you from a big headache, right? I saved our friend down in Miami from getting his visa denied. Totally. I think it was Miami. He's from Miami. I think he lives in Miami, Orlando, Miami. I completely saved his visa from being shredded by USCIS and totally denied. You know, I know what I'm doing, guys. Andre Smith, should I add my daughter's income on the I-134? No. The I-134 is about you. You're the sponsor. The sponsor fills out the I-134, the Declaration of Financial Support. The sponsor fills it out for the beneficiary. It's all about the sponsor's income. Okay? If your daughter is a joint sponsor, then she fills out a separate I-134. Okay? That's how it works. Teresa Senior. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Ross. Teresa, what's going on, Teresa Senior? I like that, Senior. And Francois Livingston. Diego, for clarification purposes, quit using those big words. Remember, I'm retired Navy. I need the typed letter that the bank officer typed up today showing where my accounts were open and balances in accounts plus 2 years of bank statements. 1 year of bank statements. 1 year. That's all you need. Immigration is going to look at your income via direct deposits for a year. They're going to match it with your last tax return. And if they're close in income, that's what they're looking for. Remember, the I-134, the 12 months worth of tax returns, the W-2s, the 1099s, etc. Pay stubs, 6 months worth of pay stubs. And a letter from your boss saying that you work wherever it is you work, and this is how much you make. You put all that in a folder for the visa interview at the embassy, and also for the green card processing when you apply for the green card. Angel Tate, hi Diego and Karina. Can a beneficiary travel to Puerto Rico while waiting for a green card? Yes, you can travel to Puerto Rico. There are no TSA immigration pat downs kind of for immigration, because Puerto Rico is basically part of the United States. But if you go to Puerto Rico, make sure you bring evidence that you guys are married to each other. Your marriage certificate, you know, whatever pictures together. Make sure you can prove you are who, you know, you're married. Okay, that's all I recommend you do, Angel. But you can fly to Puerto Rico without getting harassed by immigration. Teresa Senior, what other forms should be filed with the I-485 for adjustment of status? There's a bunch. The 693 for the medical exam, the 484 for the affidavit of support, the 485, which is the application to adjust status. Those are the mandatory ones. I got them right here. So if you're applying for your green card, right? You're going to apply for the green card. You got to fill out the 20 pages of this form. This is the I-485. That's 20 pages long. It's easy to fill out. You can do it. If you can read and write, you can fill this form out. Then you got to fill out. That's what the beneficiary fills out. The beneficiary is applying for the green card with the 485. The sponsor fills out form I-864. Okay? This is 10 pages. This is the affidavit of support. It's easy. 10 pages. It should take you maybe 20 minutes to fill it out. And then you got to include a brand new medical exam. My recommendation is include a brand new medical exam. Find a doctor in the city where you live in America who is authorized by the U.S. State Department to give medical exams for green cards. Karina arrived in America with me. We flipped from Miami. We drove up here. I called the doctor up in Pensacola. He's a doctor authorized by the U.S. State Department to give medical exams for green cards. Karina got her medical exam, totally repeated from the beginning with her vaccinations being certified. The doctor signed off on the 693. His administrative assistant put it in a white envelope, sealed the back, and said, do not open. This is for Homeland Security only. That went into Karina's green card application. Okay. What other forms should be filed? You can include, if you want advanced parole, you can include advanced parole, but it's over $600. I don't recommend you do that. You can apply for a work permit. It's $260. I don't recommend you apply for the work permit. Why spend $260 on a form I-797? It's right here. The work permit is right here. Why spend the money when you're going to get your green card? Maybe it's right here, I-765. You can include this. It's 7 pages, but it's a waste of time because you're going to spend $260 for the work permit, and then right after you get the work permit, you're going to get your green card. You're going to say, man, why did I spend the money? Right? There's a lot involved in applying for a green card, not just the I-485. Okay? It's the I-485. It's the 693. It's the 484. It's the I-94. The I-94, okay? A copy of the marriage certificate showing you got married. There's a whole bunch of stuff you got included in the green card application. Watch my videos that I made for you. I made these videos for you guys on how to process a green card. Watch the videos, like 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Get some popcorn, get some Mountain Dew, watch the videos, and before you submit your green card package, watch those videos and then come back on the channel and then ask me the questions if you're not fully sure on how to do it. But your beneficiary needs to be on the lease to your house or apartment or townhouse, on the title to your car. You have joint ownership of the car or cars or motorcycle. You know, if you're Karina doesn't know how to ride a motorcycle. I got no clue how to ride a motorcycle. I wouldn't even ride a motorcycle if I was gifted the #1 motorcycle in the world. I would sell it. Okay? But if I had a motorcycle, I would put Karina's name on the title to the motorcycle. Okay? Proof of co-mingling of stuff. Let me see. Yeah, Angel. Yeah, you can go to Puerto Rico while waiting for a green card. That's no problem. But make sure you bring the marriage certificate with you to show you guys are married. Bring proof of evidence of you cohabitating together, just in case you get a rogue, something happens rogue, and then you can prove you guys are married. Okay. The I-94, you must have that with you. Francois, let me see, Angel Tate, also, can we send a copy of the beneficiary's bank statement with our address as proof of address living together? Yeah, you include that in the green card application. Yes. Karina her name was on 2 months worth of bank statements. And on the bank statements, it's just the address. It's my name and Karina's name. Okay? Absolutely. That's strong stuff right there. It's very important. Francois Livingston. So what's the purpose of having a bank statement type showing the balances when they were opened? Because immigration want to see it. I have all those documents you just mentioned. I only printed 2 years. You only need 1 year, Francois. 1 year. If immigration say you got to jump 6 feet to get a K-1 visa, buy a trampoline and jump 6 feet. Angel Tate, we live in New York. Well, okay, you live in probably one of the highest tax states in the union. I think it will take longer for green card to be issued, so we decided to apply for a work permit. Not necessarily. It just means you're going to be paying more taxes to the state of New York sooner rather than later. I used to live in Staten Island, okay? And I used to ride the Staten Island ferry over to Manhattan to go visit my aunt, who worked in the World Trade Center back in 1982. And back then, New York wasn't too bad in regards to taxes. I just couldn't stand being snowed in every freaking year. I moved to Florida in 1982. I flew from Queens. I flew from John F. Kennedy Airport in Queens to Jacksonville, Florida, got on a Greyhound bus, rode the bus over to Fort Walton Beach, and I had a good old time in Florida, Walton Beach, got a job at the bus station. Urban guitar legend, the Mountain Dew salute, just because. Cheers. Urban guitar legend, you are kicking off July as the first super chat for July of 2024. That's Mountain Dew money right there, Urban Guitar Legend. We appreciate you, but we want lots of questions so I can earn the super chat. Thank you. Francois, what's the purpose of having a bank statement type showing the balances when they were open? Because immigration want to see it. It's also very important that you get that information also when you apply for the 10-year green card. Francois, listen. When you apply for the 10-year green card, you want to show proof when you open the bank account with your new husband. That is critical for your 10-year green card. Francois, look at that. Thank you for your continued support, Francois. Thank you for that super chat. July's a hot month, so we're gonna be well fed with Mountain Dew and Hardee's big breakfast. Thank you guys. Urban Guitar Legend, USCIS Dallas cashed my $675 check on Thursday. I'm still waiting on the NOA 1. I sent the I-129 through FedEx on Thursday, June 20th, and the journey begins. The journey begins, and we're going to help you through it, Urban Guitar Legend. Mountain Dew salute to Francois and Urban Guitar Legend. And another one, Francois, calm down. And Andre Smith, good guys. I'm going to have to put this Mountain Dew, guys, in this ice glass. Karina said I got to mix it with water because Mountain Dew all the time isn't good, but it is. I love it. But I'm going to do as Karina says because Karina's the boss, and I'm going to put the Mountain Dew in with the ice cubes. Andre Smith, thank you for that Mountain Dew salute. And Francois and Urban Guitar Legend. Now, let's see. Let me go back up here a little bit. Francois. Angel Tate, we live in New York. You're getting taxed. You get taxed so much money in Angel. Why do you keep electing these people that keep taxing you so much? I think I will take longer for green card. It's possible. It's possible. But don't bank on it being longer, okay? Teresa Senor, thanks, Diego. Angel Tate. Guys, I can't keep up. I can't keep up with you guys with super chats. We're going to be stocked up with Mountain Dew for the first 2 weeks here. Let's see here. Teresa Senor, thanks, Diego. No problem. That's why we're here for you, okay? We're here for you guys. Urban Guitar Legend, good job on the K1 visa process. The journey's starting for you, and we're going to pull you over the finish line. If you got questions, that's why we're going to help you, okay? Yaha Conte, hi Diego, how are you doing? We're good. Can you have a green card without doing your biometrics? No, ain't gonna happen. You got to have your biometrics first. As soon as your biometrics are done, the USCIS field office that did the biometrics, took the picture, fingerprints, took the signature. That second, it uploads their computers to immigration, and then that flags your green card application to start processing. If you don't do your biometrics, that ain't going to happen. Immigration is not going to start processing your green card until they receive notification from the field office that you have done your biometrics. First, they check you out before they give you a green card. Okay? So, Yaha, hope I answered your question. And Angel Tate, thank you for that fantastic super chat. Andre Smith, any more tips for the I-134 form? Okay. Andre, listen. The I-134 tip, listen to me. The sponsor fills it out. The sponsor signs it. Make sure on the I-134 that you tell immigration you are going to provide in a disclaimer 100% support, financial, medical, and otherwise for your beneficiary. 100%. Okay? The I-134 is all about the sponsor. The sponsor signs it. The sponsor can disclose assets. Okay? Now, on the I-134, there's a signature spot there for the beneficiary. Your beneficiary does not sign that form. The only way a beneficiary will sign an I-134 is if he or she is coming to America as a tourist. If you want to come to the United States as a tourist, excuse me, as a tourist, you live in, let's say, Australia, you want to come to America for a 2-week vacation. You pay the visa fee, you fill out the DS-160, okay, and you fill out the I-134. The beneficiary does. But when you're coming to the United States as a K-1 visa immigrant, the sponsor fills out the I-134. The sponsor signs it. The sponsor discloses his or her income, etc., etc., etc. Okay, Andre, is that good? Was that good stuff right there? Or you can watch the video I made. I think 13,000 people have watched the video I made on how to fill out the I-134. At least 13,000 people have watched that video. I don't know why 13,000 people watched it. I guess it's a good video. Aquarius, how long should the answer be for how did you meet your fiancé petitioner? What is the story is long? Well, the immigration officer doesn't have all day. So how long should the answer be? 2 minutes? 3 minutes? Aquarius, you guys are on a roll tonight with Super Chat. No, we're not. You guys are. We appreciate it. Super Chats keep me in Mountain Dew and keep Karina and Hardy's big breakfast. So if I have Mountain Dew in the fridge, my voice doesn't die out and I can keep talking and keep giving you answers to questions for free. Francois Livingston, I appreciate you both for always willing to clarify things over and over. Blessed and thankful for discovering this channel when I did. Yeah, Francois, I think we're glad that you found the channel too, because soon you're going to be reunited with your future husband. Okay? Now let me see here. Is good? Okay. Aquarius to Francois Livingston saying, thank you, God, for this channel. I would have caught an RFE over my divorce decree. I saved Aquarius a massive headache. If it wasn't for Diego saying to get the original. That's right. If you have a divorce, it's no big deal. I got one. Heck, keep a collection of them. Karina's, it's irrelevant because Karina's my forever wife, right? If you got a divorce decree, you got to have a certified copy of the original when you include it in your K-1 visa application, your green card application, your 10-year green card application, and when you apply for U.S. citizenship. So my recommendation is to go to the courthouse where you live, get 4 or 5 copies, certified divorce decrees, 4 or 5 copies of your certified marriage certificate. You're going to need them in the future, so plan ahead. Plan ahead. I was in the Navy for 20 years. My boss, my lieutenant or commander, whatever, always told me, hey, senior chief, you always plan ahead. I never have to worry about nothing because you've already planned for that. I said, that's right, sir. I'm keeping you out of trouble, right? Always plan ahead for contingencies, good and bad. What could happen if you have a divorce and you don't include the divorce decree, the certified copy in your K-1 visa and or your green card? What happens? You get an RFE. They want to see it. There was a person in Peru, went to the visa interview with her sponsor's divorce decree, but it was a copy that he made at freaking Office Depot. It ain't going to work. You can't make a copy of the certified copy. It has to be the original certified copy. So you go to the government office, this clerk of the court, whatever you call it, say, hey, I want a certified copy of my divorce decree. Okay, pay the $20 or the $8 or the $30, whatever it is. Every state has a different price. The lady or gentleman will print it, stamp it, and sign it, and there you go. But get 4 or 5 copies of the certified copy. Pay the $20. If you need 5 copies, that's $20 a piece. That's $100. Oh well, this green card process isn't cheap. Aquarius to Francois. Thank God for this channel. Aquarius, we're here for you, okay? Francois Livingston, I-134 has a lot of pages. That's correct. For the beneficiary, it's irrelevant. But I remember you saying to put NA. It's correct. That's correct. When you fill out the I-134, Mr. Sponsor, Miss Sponsor, it's all about the sponsor, not the beneficiary. Karina owns a house in Venezuela. She gave it to her mom. She said, hey, Mom, it's a gift for you. Then she moved to Colombia. Okay, but it's still Karina's house. Did I include it on the I-134? No. It's irrelevant. Immigration couldn't care less. Okay, Karina has a house in Venezuela. They don't care. They want, what immigration cares about is where is she going to be living in America? Well, this is Karina's house in America. She's here. Okay, so the address where I put on the I-134 was this address. Did I include Karina's house in Venezuela? No. It's irrelevant. They don't care. Karina had a good job as a manager of ice cream stores. She's making a lot of money in Bogota, Colombia. She's making good money. On the I-134, there's a part where that's about beneficiaries' job and income. It's irrelevant. Immigration don't care. Why don't they care? Because Karina left her job in Bogota and moved to the United States. So it's irrelevant. Now she's working here. She likes her job here. She's doing great. So put in A. Andre Smith, good stuff. No problem, Andre. We're here for you. Aileen Abarca, how long is the process of the green card or adjustment of status? 4 to 5 months, depending on how good your green card application is. If you put together a crappy green card application with just the marriage certificate, a couple of pictures, the I-94, a copy of the passport, biographic pages, and just basic, about like this, you're going to be going in front of another visa interview or you'll be getting an RFE. You haven't given enough information to the immigration officer to prove that you guys are in a marital, real relationship living together. If you watch the videos I've made on adjustment of status, I've made 3 of them. If you watch them, I don't know, one's about a year old, maybe I'll make a new one. Do you want me to make a new video? Do you want me to make a new green card application video for you guys? I will if you want. So the process, Eileen, is 4 to 5 months. But make sure you put together a strong green card package. Karina's green card application was like this thick. Like this. We had pictures going back from 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. We put 30 pictures of the wedding on the beach with all of our family and friends. We had the I-94, copy of her passport, biographic, my passport biographic. BJ's wholesale club cards. We had 2 months worth of bank statements. She had her medical insurance. She's on medical insurance. I put that in there. It's a lot of stuff, guys. You can't just slap together a green card application 2 days after you get married. You're going to have, like this gentleman in Los Angeles. He was married to a lady from the Philippines. He's a Marine. And he slapped together a real cheesy, crappy green card package because he said, I'm a Marine. I don't have to prove nothing to the government. I'm a freaking Marine. And here's my DD-214. Well, I'm retired from the Navy. Here's my DD-214. But it's irrelevant unless you can prove you guys are in a real relationship. So he didn't put a strong package together. He had to go in front of he went to the immigration officer with, now his wife was from Thailand, excuse me. They had to go in front of an interview in Los Angeles. She went in this room and he went in this room. They separated them. It was like an interrogation. He's lucky he got his freaking green card. Okay? I'm serious. Let me see. Francois Livingston, Aquarius, I wrote 5-page letter of explanation of how we met. Aquarius, that's right, Francois, you worked hard. You put sweat equity into your K-1 visa application, and immigration appreciated your sweat equity and approved your visa. Right? That's right. Francois, I am sorry if I keep mentioning the I-134. No, it's okay. It's all good. But that form is making me nervous, and I don't know why. Why? I want to make sure it is filed correctly because the past RFE are giving me chills. The I-134, Francois, is all about Francois. How much money you make, where you live. Are you going to promise to support your future husband 100%? Watch my video on how to fill out the I-134 and you will graduate that class. It's just another class. Take Diego's class on I-134s. I made the video, I don't know, about a year ago. I think at least 13,000 people looked at it. 230,000 people clicked on it. 13,000 people watched it, something like that. So 13,000 people haven't had any complaints, because I'm telling you, if that video was wrong in any way, I would be hearing about it at least 13,000 times. So chill out, Francois, on the you're not going to get an RFE. You're not going to have an error with the I-134. Bud Garcia, how is Karina doing with her English? She said she's in process. Karina's learning English pretty good. It's paso paso. Aquarius, keep asking Francois. I'm at that stage too with the I-134. I'm learning while you are asking. Aquarius, when you fill out the I-134, it's all about the sponsor, not the beneficiary. The beneficiary's information is irrelevant. It's irrelevant because the beneficiary is leaving that country. Let's suppose your beneficiary is the president of a company in India and makes $1 million a year. Do you have to put that on the I-134? No, it's irrelevant. They want to know how much the sponsor makes in the United States, not how much the beneficiary makes in India or the Philippines or Kenya or Australia or South Africa or England. It's irrelevant. Let me see. Francois Livingston, I promise 100% to support my future husband. That's right. And you write that disclaimer on the I-134. I don't know if I have it here. I don't know if I have an I-134 here with me. I'll have to print one up, okay? I ran out of freaking ink, okay? The printer ran out of ink. So Karina reminded me I gotta buy some ink at Walmart. I gotta print one. Okay, but on the I-134, it says a disclaimer where you have to say you promise to support your beneficiary 100%. Medical, food, house, roof, water, everything. Dwayne Patterson, case was sent to the National Visa Center in New Hampshire. I've been 30 days already, still haven't received no letter with a case number from my sponsor. What do I do? Wait another 15 days, Dwayne, and then send an inquiry to the National Visa Center. That will extend your NOA2 letter. If you look, Dwayne, you look at your NOA2 letter, it's got 4 months on there, right? From this month to this month. It says it's only good for 4 months. In order to extend that, you have to contact the National Visa Center and say, hey, what's the status on my case? I'm just checking in with you guys. That communication with the National Visa Center will extend your NOA2 letter. And then you'll probably end up getting the case number emailed to you, but don't forget, ask for the case number and the invoice number. Let me see here. I'm making sure I don't miss anybody because this is very important. That, my answers to your questions are reuniting families. Bud Garcia, Francois, it's not hard. Just relax, print it out and fill it out. Use a pencil. Yeah, print out the form, but you want to do it on the computer. And then whatever you can't fill out on the computer, you can use a black ink pen to fill out the difference. And don't forget to sign the form and date it. Check it over, and that's right. You can print a copy of it, fill out in pencil, make sure it's exactly how you want it, and then redo it in pen or computer. Francois, the video might be there floating on YouTube like the USS Enterprise, but I like to hear things in the moment. Francois, I can make another video on how to fill out an I-134 if you want me to do that. But I can tell you the answer right now too. You sign it, your beneficiary doesn't. You fill out the I-134, including your income, where you live, any dependents you have, Have you ever filed for they ask you, I believe, on the I-134, have you ever filed a K-1 before, or do you have a dependent in the United States? You don't have any dependents on green cards in the United States, so that's irrelevant. Bud Garcia, you should submit it the day before sending it. Look over again. You don't submit an I-134, Bud. You print it off your computer. You fill it out, you sign it, and you either FedEx it or you bring it to your beneficiary. You don't submit it. You can't email it. It's got to be the original. The I-134 has to be wet inked by the original. Urban guitar legend. I'm 49. Okay, you're young. And my fiance is 22. Okay, she's young. You're young. Does USCIS view a 27-year age gap negatively? No, they want to make sure you have a real relationship. If you got proof of a long, real relationship, if you can prove that you guys have been together a long time, dating each other, seeing each other, you buy her gifts, you didn't forget her birthday, you didn't forget Christmas, you got pictures together with family and friends, you got a couple of trips to visit with her, you spent time with her, immigration couldn't care less what the age gap is. There's a big age gap between Karina and I, but immigration didn't care. They don't care. They care that we are in a real relationship together. We dated a long time. I had 5 trips to Colombia. We lived together 2.5 years in Colombia. I have evidence like this. Was it like this? Was it like this, or was it like this? They didn't care. They approved Karina's visa. They didn't even give her a question about age gap. My name was on 2 years worth of rent receipts for our apartment in Bogota. Karina's name's on the house. When we applied for the green card, we had pictures going back 4 years. Immigration's, okay, you're good. Green card's on the way. It's going to be here soon, any day. Karina's like this, chomping at the bit. Where's my green card? I don't blame her. It's been a long time. So my question would be, Urban Guitar Legend, how many times did you go visit your beneficiary? How many times did you go visit her? How much time have you spent together? And did you prove it? Did you prove it to immigration? How many trips? Did you keep your boarding passes? When I flew to Colombia to see Karina, immigration, they don't stamp your visas anymore. It's biometrically done automatically, which I don't like. So if you live in Colombia, if you're dating somebody in Colombia, it's a little harder to get a copy of the entry stamps into Colombia because it's all done by this freaking camera. But in the past, when I was going there, they stamped the visa stamps in my passport. I kept the boarding passes. I flew to Colombia. The boarding passes. I took pictures of them, put them on my camera, uploaded them to the computer, and printed them. Because those boarding passes, some of them have a tendency to fade away quickly. I had 5 trips, 2.5 years. That's what immigration is looking for. I'm not saying you got to make 5 trips to the Philippines. That would be $100,000 plus with hotels and stuff. It's financially insane. Airplane tickets. Now, Colombia for me is just down the road. I jump on a plane. I go Pensacola, Miami, Colombia. Pensacola, Houston, Panama, Colombia. It's easy. But if your fiance is from the Philippines and you live in the United States, it's expensive. So I would say a minimum of 2 trips, at least a minimum of 2 trips to go see your beneficiary before you file your K-1 visa. Yes, I know immigration, the rule says you only have to meet once within 2 years before you file for the green card, for the K-1. I understand that. But you want to make sure you get an approval without an RFE. So my recommendation is make a minimum of 2 trips and spend at least, on the first trip a month, on the second trip a month. Tell your boss, hey, I'm on a mission. It's easy for me to say, but that's what I recommend, okay? But if you have the age gap is no big deal. Really, it's not, as long as you can back it up with evidence of a relationship. Francois Livingston, I have filed for a K-1 years ago, but nothing came of it. Do I need to submit once more a letter of explanation. No, you already did that. But when you file for the green card, Karina, Francois, when you get ready to file for the green card, that's when I'm going to help you with the green card application with the additional information. But right now, Francois, you're done with paperwork. You're done. You're waiting for transit, ready status, the K1 FTP email, the welcome letter from the NBC. I think you got that already. Now you're going to wait for the email from the embassy to pay the visa fee, schedule the interview, etc. I thought you just said the question is asked on the I-134. I need to see the I-134. I don't have it in front of me. There's a question on there on the I-134 that says, have you ever filed an I-134 for somebody in the past? Francois, have you ever filed an I-134 in the past for somebody else? Did you make it to the visa interview stage for somebody else? No, then you don't have to worry about it. You're good. Mountain Dew salute right here. You don't have to worry about it. But I got like a $3.95. I went into McDonald's because I like McDonald's, but they're freaking expensive. So I don't buy nothing from McDonald's. That's hamburger is $10, $8.95. The price of a hamburger at McDonald's is absolutely insane. Okay, so I don't buy nothing there. But today, early this morning, I went in and got 2 sausage biscuits from McDonald's. It was $3.95. But you know what I'm going to do, right? Because I got the receipt. It says if you go into the how was your meal at McDonald's? I put this validation code on here on my receipt. I get a free freaking hamburger. So talk about cheap. But no, I'm not being cheap. I'm being businesslike. I like McDonald's, but it's too expensive. The price is crazy. Francois Livingston to Urban Guitar Legend. So many of us have age gaps with our beneficiaries. That's right. That's okay. So what? Age is just a number. And as long as you two love each other, is correct, and are committed to one another, that's correct. That counts more than anything. That's correct. And you got to prove it. You got to prove it. Urban Guitar Legend. All you got to do is prove it. Immigration don't go by your word. They go by evidence. Let me see. Francois Livingston, I thought you just said the question on the I-134 it's on the I-134. Have you ever filed an I-134 for somebody before? The answer is for you is no, I haven't. You're good. Urban Guitar Legend. My fiance is from Madagascar. Wow. Check that out. Madagascar. I have spent 2.5 months there. That's perfectly good. And I will be going back at the beginning of August for 3 months. I work remotely. Okay, so you have 5.5 months. That's great. Make sure you keep your plane tickets. Make sure you take your fiance out to eat. Put it on your credit card so you can prove you were there. Print the credit card receipts where you ate in Madagascar. Get lots of pictures, Urban Guitar Legend. Lots of pictures with your fiance and her friends and her family. Please, selfies, no. 1 or 2 selfies, okay. You need lots of pictures with people, and you identify who's in the picture. Francois Livingston, you need more Mountain Dews for keep clarifying things for me. Francois, my throat gets wore out pretty easily, right? Especially in the Florida humidity. A Mountain Dew salute for Francois for supporting this channel and keeping me from not getting a hoarse voice. Thanks, Francois. Yeah, Urban Guitar Legend, you good, but you got to prove everything. Immigration just want to see evidence, okay? I spent 2.5 years with Karina in Bogota, Colombia. Bogota was killing me. The altitude, 10,300 and something feet above sea level. I lived in Albuquerque, New Mexico for 4 years in the military doing stuff, and that's 5,000 feet above sea level. That was killing me. But when I went to Bogota, Karina was like, kept feeding me water. And she understood when I was walking in the supermarket with the shopping cart, she understood why I was falling asleep in the store. I'm pushing the shopping cart and I'm dozing off because I'm at 10,000 feet. I could hardly breathe. And Karina here is like suffering from the Florida heat. She's like, man, I've never seen so much. I've never been where it's so hot. It's even hotter than freaking Caracas in Venezuela. I said, well, don't worry, in September, so it's going to get a bit cooler. But it gets hot in Florida, okay? So we'll see. Man, if Karina really cannot stand it in this Florida heat, okay, the United States is a big place, right? The United States is a big place. There's other places. Huh? Well, yeah. I mean, Karina's having a hard time with this Florida heat. And urban guitar legend, Madagascar. I'm trying to think here. I've never been to Madagascar, but don't they have some kind of real unusual animals there? Isn't it an island? Is that an island? I don't know. I think it's an island. But if you're going to work remote, make sure you keep all the evidence when you are in Madagascar with your fiancée. And keep the receipts. Buy her gifts. Take her out to dinner. Take her out to lunch. Buy her breakfast. Keep all those receipts. Every single one. And get pictures with her family and friends. Selfies are great, okay? But they're not. Immigration tossed the selfies. Anybody can make a freaking selfie. They want to, they want to make sure this relationship is real. So you get pictures with your beneficiary's mom and dad, her sisters, her brothers, her cousins. I've met all of Karina's family except her mom and dad. Her mom lives in Venezuela. There's no way I'm going to Venezuela right now. Maduro would use me as a freaking political pawn if I went to Venezuela because I'm retired military. I want to meet Karina's mom. So I figured out this, okay? When Karina is a U.S. citizen, we're going to bring mom here. Then Karina's with mom. Karina's good. She's happy. And I get to, be with mom. I don't like seeing families getting separated. It's tough. But Karina's brothers, and your sister lives in Venezuela. Karina's sister lives in Venezuela, but her brothers live in Colombia and Brazil and Uruguay. They don't live in Venezuela. They're the young people, the 18 to 35-year-olds, Venezuelans, live somewhere else. They don't live in Venezuela. The people that live in Venezuela are like 50, 60, 70 years old, 80 years old, because they got nowhere else to. They can't leave. They're kind of stuck in their country. But if they could, they'd get the heck out of there too. Urban guitar legend. It's an island. Yeah, I figured it was an island off the coast of Tanzania. How cool. It's an African country. Yes, I kept all the receipts and took pictures, lots with her family. Easter Sunday, family trips with her mom and sisters. Urban guitar legend. I'll give you a Mountain Dew salute because now you're just waiting on your NOA2 approval letter, right? That's all you're waiting on. But when you go back in August, do the same thing. Keep all those boarding passes. That's a long flight. How long does it take to get to Madagascar? Man, that's a long way away, guy. But hey, good job. Bud Garcia, have a good night. I need to go do some yard work. Well, that's right. You're in Washington State. So what is it, 4 o'clock in the afternoon in Washington State? Have a blessed night, everybody. Bud Garcia, go do some yard work. After you get done with the yard work, take you a Motrin because you're going to be sore tomorrow otherwise. Right? I'm just kidding. Yeah, Francois, thank you also for that. Francois supports his channel like you wouldn't believe, guys. It keeps me in Mountain Dew. It keeps Karina and I in Hardy's Big Breakfast. But today I splurged, and I had $3.95 for a sausage biscuit. It was $2. So I ate a sausage biscuit, and I got one for free. So I got 2 sausage biscuits for the price of one, or for $1, I think it was. I don't know. But anyway, and I've got some jelly, and I put ketchup on it. That was my first trip to McDonald's in like forever. And I spent $3.95, and I'm also going to fill out the survey, put in the validation code, and I'll get a free hamburger. Urban guitar legend, 14 hours direct from Atlanta to Ethiopia. Holy macaroni. Then another 4 hours from Ethiopia to Madagascar. Urban guitar legend, keep those boarding passes from Georgia to Ethiopia, from Ethiopia to Madagascar, and from Madagascar back to Ethiopia, and back to the United States. Make sure you get those boarding passes and the visa stamps in your passport. Take pictures of those. We're talking now for your green card application, because you're going to double up now with all this time that you spent with your fiance. That's a long time. That's good. But guys, I've been talking for an hour and 10 minutes. I'm wearing this fedora. It was Francois' idea. I get one of these fedoras. So I got one of these. I got my Mountain Dew cap over here, and my hats from Colombia. This one's from Bogota. This one's from Cartagena. This is Karina's fedora, and that's my Mountain Dew hat, which Karina bought me for Father's Day. But we'll be back. Today's what day is it today? Today's Monday. Happy July 1st. We'll be back on Wednesday, and also, okay. Don't be shooting off fireworks. If you shoot fireworks off on Independence Day, just be careful how you do that. Don't be burning off any fingers, okay? Protect your hands, protect your eyes. If you're going to shoot fireworks now, you noticed I said Independence Day. It's coming up. Independence Day is going to be here, and that's when the United States militia kicked the British out of freaking the 13 colonies, basically. Just like Simon Bolivar, the liberator of South America, he kicked all the Spanish out of Venezuela, Colombia, Panama, Uruguay, Bolivia, etc. Simon Bolivar kicked all the Spanish out of South America at this big battle, the Battle of Boyaca, I think it was, near Bogota. Independence Day for the United States is held on July 4th. Now, what's important about that? Don't say Happy July 4th. Don't do it. Say Happy Independence Day. Why do I say that? July 4th was created by the Romans. Julius Caesar created July, and Augustus Caesar created August. So Julius Caesar was the inventor of July. July 4th was created by Julius Caesar. So if you say Happy July 4th, what are you saying? You're saying Happy Julius Caesar Day, right? Happy Julius Caesar Day. Think about it. So it wasn't Julius Caesar's Day. It was American Independence Day. So when you are on July 4th, which was created by Julius Caesar, wish Americans a happy Independence Day. Thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate you. Thanks for the super chats. We really appreciate you. And we'll be back on Wednesday, Merciless. See you guys then.